There are plenty of tutorials on how to hide Divi AI out there, and it's pretty easy. But the problem is that your clients could easily switch it on again if they are WordPress administrators. They just have to head over to Divi and the Role Editor tab, and from there they can just switch the toggle on again. So in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to hide the Divi AI toggle in the Divi user roles. To hide the Divi AI toggle in the Divi Role Editor, we're going to add a little CSS hack. But it's important to understand that adding CSS to the WordPress admin area is different to adding CSS to your front-end website design. Now, normally you would probably go to Divi and Theme Customizer and add some additional CSS, or maybe you would go to Appearance, Theme File Editor and add it to your child themes styles.css file. But you can't do that in this case because that CSS will only affect your front-end design and not your WordPress admin area. So to do that, we'll have a slightly different approach. So let's head over to the blog post on divimundo.com. And if you're watching this directly on YouTube, you'll find the link in the description below the video. Now, if we scroll down, you can see that the first step is to log in to the WordPress dashboard, and we already done that. And now we want to add this CSS snippet, and I will explain it in detail later. And we can copy the code here. Now, there are two different methods to add this CSS to hide the Divi AI toggle. And the easy one is to install a free plugin like Admin CSS MU. If you add CSS in this plugin, it will take effect on your WordPress admin area, like for example, the Divi Role Editor. But if you're more into custom coding, you can use a hook to enqueue a custom CSS file. Now I've linked to that method here, and I won't go through it in detail. Just to give you a basic insight in the concept, you would have to create a new CSS file, like admin custom CSS. You could add the CSS to that file. Then you have to have a child theme, and then you need to edit the functions.php file. Now, this is good, of course, because you don't have to add a plugin, and it's kind of hard for your clients to find this code and understand it, but it's a bit time consuming. So in this tutorial, I will use the first method and install the Admin CSS MU plugin. So I'll head back to my Divi website and I'll go to Plugins and add New. And I'll search for Admin CSS MU. And there we have it, this red icon. So I'll click Install Now and activate. Now you can just click the Add CSS link in the plugins page, or you can go to Appearance and Admin CSS MU. In here, you can just paste your custom admin CSS. So I'll do that. And of course, I want to load my admin CSS. And minify CSS, well, you can do that if you have lots of CSS here and you want to slim it down, but it could also cause some problems. So I'll go with the default settings and I'll save the CSS. Now I'll open my Divi Role Editor in a new tab, and the Divi AI toggle is gone. And it's also gone if I go to the editor view, so it's not possible to switch it on anymore. Now to explain the code, I'll head back to Appearance and Admin CSS MU. So I'm targeting the ETPB administrator role, so that's the tab for administrators. Now, the funny thing here is that the different tabs doesn't have their own CSS classes in the Divi Role Editor. So I have to use this nth-child, saying that I want to target the first section of the page, which happens to be the section where the Divi AI is located. And then I want to target the box number 4, which is Divi AI on the administrator tab. And I'll say display none. Now, when I remove this, we will have a little margin issue on the page. So I'll just add margin right to have the correct spacing between the different boxes in the Divi Role Editor. And in the Editor tab in the Divi Role Editor, I will target that instead, this one. And in there, we have the first section as well. And we have child number 3 because there are fewer objects for the editors to choose from. And I'll add the margin right as well to have the correct spacing. So that's basically it. And of course, there are some limitations with this code. If Elegant Themes would add another option to the first section of the Divi Role Editor, this number have to be updated as well, but they haven't been adding lots of options to the Divi Role Editor lately. I think the last few years Divi AI is the only new one that's been added, so I don't think that would be a big problem. But if they will add new options or new boxes to the Divi Role Editor, I'll make sure to update the blog post with the updated code. That's all for today. Please let me know what you think in the comments below and subscribe on the channel for more good stuff coming your way. Thanks for watching.